Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Ultimate Decades Challenge. We are starting the second half of 1314. The first half of the year was much more eventful than I expected it to be, so I ended up dividing the year in two. In the first half of the year, Sir Amos arranged for his son Tobias to be betrothed to an heiress from Willow Creek named Marie Moreau. Sir Lucan planned to come between them and elope with her first, but a sudden illness swept through the house and took Gemma's life, leaving everyone flabbergasted, myself most of all. Tobias ultimately went through with the marriage and moved to Willow Creek, oblivious to the fact that Sir Lucan had already seduced Marie and had had a little woohoo with her. In our main household, Stephanie aged up and became our first teenager of Gen 2, and Adriana successfully aged up into a child. Stephanie also did her rolls to see if she would be getting married. She will, and she will be allowed 4 pregnancy chances. We ended the first half of the year with our infant Alexander being left out in the street, and while I was editing, I noticed that this is becoming something of a trend with him, so I'm looking forward to seeing what his traits are going to be when he grows up. If he ends up with some really bad ones, I'll have no choice but to leave them like that because honestly, it's a wonder the game hasn't taken him away yet. Alright, so Stephanie is going to make her first attempt at preparing breakfast for everyone. Let's hope she doesn't burn the house down. Oh, Death is here. Oh, claiming one of our chickens. They'll be strolling around those rolling green hills in the sky. Oh, and Rosemary has gone into labor. Uh-oh, while Death is here. I hope that's not a sign. All right, let's do this. 9th labor and possibly the last one, unless an accident happens. And it's a baby girl. Sally Barrow? No, I don't think so. So the first name that I saw on my list is Allison. So that's what we're going to go with. Allison Barrow. And it's a single, so that's great. Oh, Rosemary's last little baby. All right, so we are going to do the death rolls right away. Rolling for Rosemary first. And she's fine. And now rolling for baby. Baby makes it. And we are going to roll for infant right away. And baby makes it to infancy. All right. The Barrow household really has a lot of luck with their rolls and with all of the children. And it just makes me so sad knowing that the famine is here in 1 year, or actually like in 6 months at this point. And they will probably be living through some tragedy for the first time. I mean, of course, they did lose Wendell and Shanna lost some children, and Rosemary lost 2. But I mean, apart from that, they've had a pretty peaceful little family farm life. Oh, and we've got Alexander screaming. What is wrong? Oh, he's playful. Okay, I don't know why he was screaming. Super efficient newborn care. All right, what's that do? She's gonna be such a great grandmother someday. Okay, so she just takes care of all the needs in one swoop. That's great. Okay. What? Can I help you, sir? What are you doing here? Well, Frederick, if you're hungry, there is some breakfast right there. Oh, another chicken. Oh, wow, these chickens are filthy. Trader Jacques has heard some stellar things about Rosemary and wants her to become an astronaut. You know, I don't think that's an option in the 1300s. Good thing no one is allergic to bees, because I swear all of these Sims would be dead. They're just constantly being stung by the bees. All Fool's Day starts tomorrow. Okay, we're gonna have a little party before the famine begins. Alright, so since winter is over, I am going to have... Noah's emotional control is in the range to earn the emotional control trait? What? What happened? What? Since when? Why? Okay. I don't know. Oh no, Noah's fighting a battle of the belly and losing epically. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Don't tell me that we have a disease running through this family too. I cannot take another sudden death. I just can't. It's... No. I don't wanna. Okay, he just got stung by a bee. She's tired. Oh no. Stephanie is sick. Stephanie and Noah are sick. Oh no. Misunderstood. Adriana is feeling misunderstood because she's moody. And we've got a child freezing outside. Okay, well, I really don't want to do this, but I said I would, so I'm going to. Oh gosh, I really don't want to lose Stephanie now that she's just aged up into a teen. Okay, let's just go ahead and do it. Rip the band-aid off. Rolling to see if Stephanie dies from a mysterious illness. And Stephanie is fine. And now rolling to see if Noah dies from the illness, and he doesn't. Okay, we're safe. Alright. Oh, Noah's going to meet his new sibling. Are you happy? Yeah, he is. He's happy. Alright. Okay, so it looks like this time the Sims are actually... Nope. No, scratch that. Brayden is sad. A gift of love. Alexander learned to blow a kiss. Really? Oh, that's the first time I see that one. Noah, didn't I tell you to take a shower? Aw, Brayden and Gabriella getting to know each other. His fun is low, so I think I'm going to get them to play a little. You might... Oh, let's send them to go swing together. So you might have noticed that my performance... that my game's performance today is a bit off. It's because I've been playing around with the graphics options to try and resolve some of the CC bugs that I've been having. And it did resolve all of the bugs. It's just that now I have slightly slower performance. So I'm not sure if I prefer the bugs or the performance. This is actually Brayden and Frederick's last year as children, so I think I'm going to have them go to the park, maybe with Quentin, and have them play around a little for the last time before they become teens, and start to concentrate on meeting potential love interests. And the famine, of course. Who could forget the famine? Alright, so here we are at the park. I've brought Brayden, Frederick, Noah, and our latest child, Adriana. And they are here with Quentin, Fatima, and Corey, and of course the king. Because we can never come to this park without the king. And he's talking to Frederick. Huh. It's almost as if Frederick was jealous that Brayden met the king once and now Frederick is the one trying to talk to him. Oh, it's their Aunt Cecilia here. Right, so I added a bunch of the for rent activities in this park. I also added a pirate ship here so that the kids can play. So Brayden's fun is pretty low, so he is going to come and play. Cecilia teaching her nephew how to play hopscotch. And of course the king is napping here again. Huh. So this is Brayden trying to befriend Fatima and Quentin, of course. And beside them, we have Frederick watching. Is he jealous? Is he plotting something? Does he just want to join them? I'm not sure. Aw, this is kind of wholesome. You guys don't know what's coming for you next year. And why does Adriana walk that way? Is it because she's moody? Oh, she's just here stepping on their game. Thanks, Adriana. Thanks a lot. It's nice to just have a moment of peace watching our kids interact before we lose probably a fourth of them. At least that's what should happen. But sometimes I get really lucky with the dice, and then sometimes I get really unlucky. So we're gonna have to watch and see what happens. Oh, look at Adriana here playing with Corey. You know, since she's a tomboy, she's a bit braver than her siblings, so maybe Corey is going to be a good candidate for her. depending on how the famine goes and if Corey and his family, well, not really, his found family, end up robbing the Barrow household or not. Oh, and we got our bills. Wonderful. And the king is here playing with the kids? Huh. Well, I guess we could say that the king is really sympathetic to peasants. He is erratic, so maybe he, oh, and he's sad. Aww. Brayden is gonna try and comfort him by mocking his sadness. No, he's gonna exclaim his adoration first. And is there anything he can do to be nice? No, he can't. And the king has left again. Alright, it's starting to get dark, so I think I'm going to bring these kids home. They had a pretty nice afternoon getting to know all of the other kids in town, but it is time to go to bed. Oh, and I accidentally brought all of the kids here. Well, why not? I don't think Quentin has been here before. Or has he? Maybe he has, I don't remember. But yeah, Quentin is, of course, Brayden's friend here. I kind of want them to become best friends so that as teens they can maybe get up to a bit of mischief together. You're my favorite. Yeah, why not? Brayden, I think, is going to be easily impressed by money, and he is going to want to keep a great relationship with this little kid. Whereas Quentin, I think, is very adventurous, and I think he doesn't mind mingling with peasants as long as they can keep things interesting and join him in his adventuring. Aww. Oh, is he sad? Oh, he's... Oh. Hi, Grim. I see you're here again. Is that blood? Is that blood? There. I'm gonna have Brayden comfort him. I don't know why he's sad. Oh, and he's suddenly happy. Oh well. Corey, looking a little sus over here. Oh, it's Stephanie. So Stephanie was kind of friends. Oh, she's embarrassed because she's timid. Right. So Stephanie was friends with Corey, but he is a little younger than she is. I kind of imagine him to be around Noah or Kaylin's age. So she's about 3 or 4 years older than he is. Oh, offer listening ear. Bestow empathy. Yeah, why not? I kind of imagine that Stephanie thinks that he's an orphan who is perhaps poor and living rough, so she befriended him probably a bit out of pity, I guess, not knowing that he's actually... He is an orphan, but he's living with outlaws. Oh, and they gained a sentiment, and she likes higher energy Sims. Okay, yeah, why not? So yeah, so I don't know. He could be a future candidate for her. I was thinking about maybe matching her with Brandon, but we can see who makes it through the famine. And, you kind of missed him by a foot there. Yeah, so he could be a candidate for her, or maybe for Adriana, or maybe not at all. We'll see how their relationship progresses during the famine, because he is actually a pickpocket, and we might encounter him in less than friendly circumstances. Parenting? Put to bed. She can put her friend to bed. Yeah, there's kind of like a giant leap between childhood and teenhood. It's like they go from being 6 or 7 years old to being like 20. Yeah, so it makes it kind of difficult to keep relationships going when they don't age up at the same time. I don't just mean romantic relationships, I just mean friendly relationships. Everybody's hungry, but it is really late, so I'm just gonna send them all to bed and they can have breakfast tomorrow. I actually put Adriana's bed up here in the attic because we need more space, but also to start trying to give them a bit more privacy, so I am going to move a few Sims up here. It's just kind of difficult with the pathing. I didn't have much success setting anything up here. But yeah, eventually I am going to be furnishing the attic a little bit more, maybe have the younger kids up here, or it might actually make more sense having the older kids up here and then the younger kids down here with the parents. Just something that I've been thinking about. Of course, we might lose a bunch of these guys in the famine, so we might not need that much space. I really have no idea how it's gonna go. Based on the odds, we're supposed to lose about a fourth, since it's 2 numbers out of 8 that are deadly. We currently have 12 Sims, so we should lose 2 or 3 Sims if The ghost of Gemma is here. And she is doing our laundry. Thank you, Gemma. You know, I might just go and spend the last day of the year in the Verviers household just to see what Lucan is up to with Sir Amos and the 2 children. Before I do that, I am going to age up little baby Allison since she did succeed her infant role. I'm sorry to interrupt your sleep, Rosemary, but I want to see what this little girl is going to look like. Will she have black hair or will she have auburn hair like her mama? And she is, oh, sensitive. Okay, and we have another auburn-haired baby. Oh, is it auburn or just brown? I'm not sure. It looks kind of auburn on here. Oh, she's so cute. Little baby Allison. All right, so I am going to head on to the Verviers household to take a look at how poor Gemma's children are holding up now that they have lost their mother. All right, we're here in the Verviers house, and I just noticed that they have an industrial eco footprint, and I'm not really sure why. I'm guessing it might be because of the fireplace, but I mean, one fireplace has tanked the eco footprint, and oh gosh, there's smog. Is that what it is? So I wonder if that's why everybody got sick at the beginning of the year. If that could be the reason. So I'm not sure what I can do to try to improve the eco footprint now. I put out the fire, but it still has an arrow showing that it's getting worse. I don't know, could it really just be the cow? Gamal, you are not doing your job. You have to clean that shed. Maybe I'm going to plant a few more trees around just to see if it changes anything. I wish there was a way to filter build and buy so that I could see, you know, what is positive for the eco footprint. But no, I just have to go through them and see. I mean, I guess I'll put a pee-pee bush somewhere. Yeah, we might as well. All right, so here's a little pee-pee bush for you guys. And what else can I put around here to increase the eco footprint? What do you guys do? You guys have some staples to try and improve the eco footprint? They do have quite a bit of greenery here already, you know? They've got a bunch of trees. They've got... Could there be, like, debug items that are tanking the... Oh, this looks like a nice little spot, either for a graveyard or a garden. It would probably help if I populated the other lots in this town, but I haven't yet. I have begun building a village that you can see in the smoggy distance over there. It is far from being finished. I only do it when I have a bit of time to play when I'm not recording. So it's probably going to take me a few years. I mean, in-game years to complete that. But my plan is to eventually have some of our non-heir children move into the village with some romance candidates and have them as rental lots. And have a little lord up there so that we can have several families living in a single lot to keep populating the world, hopefully with new marriage candidates. And yeah, so I haven't really been populating Henford yet. I was kind of hoping that Gemma's children and Tobias's children would be populating this world, but Tobias has now moved to Willow Creek. Right, so I didn't mention that, but you might have noticed that Tobias is no longer in this household, so he did move to Willow Creek with his future wife, Marie Moreau. I think I will be renaming Tobias to use his wife's name. I don't think that family names were much of a thing back then, so it's more just to keep things organized, and I want to keep the Verviers name for Gemma's family, so Tobias will have children with a different name to keep them from being mixed up. So now Lucan is here, and Lucan is sick again. Or no, I think it's the same illness that he had last time. I don't know, I can't tell. But in any case, I'm not going to roll several times in a single year for the same sim, especially because I think this is because of the industrial footprint, which doesn't really make sense. And I do want some Sims to survive, you know? I started rolling for the diseases to make things a little harder, but I didn't want them to be too hard. Everybody's gone to bed and they forgot the baby outside, so I'm actually going to have Lucan go and read Auguste to sleep. Oh, he's so cute going up the stairs. Alright, so here's Lucan reading his nephew or son to bed. We're not sure, but it would be an interesting twist if all 3 of Gemma's children actually ended up, well, I mean, only 2 left now, but including Julien, if all of them were really Amos's children. So Sir Amos, of course, does not have the sad moodlet anymore. He is already over Gemma's death. I think he does have some regrets about that. He probably feels like he wasn't there for her enough. He maybe took her for granted. And I think he probably regrets not being excited about the 2 children, especially now that Julien's growing up. He might have some facial features that really resemble Amos, and I didn't really plan him to know for sure that Gemma had cheated on him. I thought that he maybe suspected something because he does have a paranoid trait. So I think he suspected something, and that's why he was going to provide for Gemma if he passed away, but he wasn't necessarily going to leave her with 1/3 of the manor. Same thing for Lucan. But now that he sees that Julien does resemble him, he might actually be regretting that, and he might regret that he didn't trust her. I mean, he was right not to trust her, but he doesn't know that. So yeah, so I think Sir Amos is perhaps going to make a bit of an effort to care for Gemma's 2 surviving children. I think he is going to amend his will to provide for them. And now that Tobias has been taken care of, he's gone to Willow Creek and he's married an heiress and everything is settled for him, I think he may concentrate on Lucan to try and get him married as well. And Gemma's death may have made him realize that he cannot take people around him for granted, and he does have a bad relationship with Lucan, but he's still his son, and life is short, and so he might try to mend things between them. And if something happens to Amos, then maybe he expects Tobias and Lucan to care for Gemma's children. Now, I think he knows his son's general personality, so he might not necessarily trust him with these 2. He might want to send them off to Willow Creek with Tobias, but we're going to see how the famine affects all of them. Amos might actually be the one who survives and his 2 sons could pass away, so we don't know. We're going to have to see. Tobias might also come back here to raise Gemma's children. I don't know. At the same time, I was kind of thinking that we could use Willow Creek as a separate kingdom. I'm thinking France. And when the war comes around, then it might be interesting to have Gemma's children actually be in Willow Creek and have their children there, while we are going to have our main family here in Henford and in Windenburg. It could just make for some interesting, So Tobias, we'll say Tobias wrote to Miriam. I don't know if Miriam actually knows how to read, but he did have a good relationship with her, so maybe they stayed friends and they write to each other every now and then, or maybe Miriam has someone write her letters and read her letters for her. I don't know. It's kind of refreshing to play in a household that doesn't have like 1,000 Sims in it. It's just simple and easy. Oh, it is All Fool's Day. I did want to play this holiday with our main family, so I might actually go back to the Barrow household soon. One thing that I did want to ask you guys about though, you know, I record my videos on about 3 separate days. So Gemma passed away in fire. Oh, she's on fire. Oh no. Oh, everybody's sleeping. Fires can be a vital source of heat or a calming warmth on a cold night. Great. So Sir Amos is afraid of fire. Does that mean he can't come and put her out? Oh, yes, he can. Okay, so Sir Amos is actually in the house, so he's gonna go ahead and try to put her out. And Gamal might see the smoke coming from where he is, so he's gonna try and come save his sister. Oh. Death is just here like, yeah, I'm here for it. Oh. Nope, Death is afraid as well. Poor Miriam. Oh, wait, what was that? She got a sentiment? Awed by life-saving hero. He's perceived as basic looking. Huh. That might actually be interesting. Maybe at some point. Sir Amos is going to need a wife to take care of his 2 surviving children, so maybe he might actually marry his servant again? Or did he might have just learned his lesson and he doesn't want to go through that again after what happened with Gemma. You know, Amos probably expected Gemma to survive him, and it must be kind of shocking that your much younger wife died before you did. We are back in the Barrow household for All Fool's Day. We have 2 activities to do. One is to go to the circus and have some fun, and the other one is to do mischief. Now, as you've probably noticed, I am not a big fan of mischief, but I will do my best. And they also want to go to the circus, so I might start off by sending them to the circus. I think that is under the social activities mod. Alright, so I am sending absolutely everybody except Stephanie. Stephanie will be staying back to take care of our 2 infants here. And everybody became friends, I guess, from going to the circus together. Esther, trying to follow them all to the circus. Poor stinky Esther. Where are our infants? No, not again. Oh no, and I can't interact with him because he's too close to the other house. Are you kidding me? Oh no. I don't know what causes this. Help! Just help. There, that's it. That's the interaction. Great, and where's the other one? Oh, the other one. What? I can't even see her. She's under the ground? Well, now what am I supposed to do? Alright, there Stephanie goes. Don't run or anything. Yeah, just take her time, Stephanie. And Alexander just fell asleep. And she just walked right past her brother. Oh, it's Corey. Hey, Corey. What? All the money. It looks as though he pickpocketed her. Oh! Oh, and she is no longer under the ground. Oh, she wasn't under the ground. She was just too far or something. So my camera can't actually go on her. Everybody is back from the circus, so they've managed to complete that step of the holiday. Before it gets too late, I am going to have the family go and visit a community lot. I don't really have a good festival lot. I've been looking for one on the gallery, but the gallery is a bit janky, so I haven't really managed it. Right, of course Noah would love Mischief Spirit. I'm only gonna grab the Sims that actually have the holiday notification, and that's really just Gabriella, Noah, and Rosemary. That's not a lot of Sims. I think I am going to bring Stephanie so that she can meet a few of the townsfolk. And just as we get here, it's the happiest hour of all for Cheapskate Sims. So that's great. Alright, so he's autonomously being mischievous, so that's fine. Adriana is getting a bit hungry, so I am going to have Rosemary come and order some food for them. This is our mailman, and there's nothing to be done. He does not ever keep the outfits that I make for him. I don't know why. Alright, that's better. Well, he does seem kind of nice, and he is a young adult. Maybe I could have Stephanie get to know him. Right, so this is actually Brandon's father. Wait, wasn't that the mailman? I'm confused about these NPCs that I didn't create. Oh, he looks kind of cool though. So I'm gonna have Stephanie come in, not order food because apparently I can't. And while she's here, she is going to introduce herself to the Sims that are chilling at the bar. So why can't we order food? Is it because the bartender left? Why did he leave? Can I tend the bar myself? And then order food from myself? I can! Okay, so we're gonna get cheese and meat so that our kids can have a bite to eat. And right, so I want to do a bit of mischief to get their holiday objectives done, so count on Noah to do it autonomously. Oh, tease about crush. Huh. I wonder who is her crush. Okay, so there's the food. Let's have the kids come and have a bite to eat. And why are they not hungry anymore? And why is her grandfather's ghost at the bar with them? Oh, Gemma's here too? So after 8 p.m. apparently everybody leaves and the place becomes haunted? Is that what this is? Chatting with her grandfather's ghost. Can I get you anything to drink, Grandpa? Oh, Wendell, have you come to warn us about the famine? Is that why you're here? Oh, Gemma, you're beautiful, even as a ghost. Alright, it is getting late, so I'm gonna bring these guys back home because it is going to be the famine in a matter of hours. Alright, we are back in the Barrow household to end the year. I was kind of hoping everyone would be in bed, but I guess they aren't. Alright, so I've managed to get all of the kids to go to sleep, and Rosemary and Frederick are here alone, and I think the two of them are just going to settle in for the night, and I think Frederick might be a little worried that what they've attempted to... What? Okay, gossip. Okay. Yeah, I think he might be getting worried that what he attempted to plant has not been growing, and they may have issues with the next harvest. And they're probably also discussing that they've heard around town that they are not the only ones having issues because of all of the rain that they've been having, and they are not looking forward to the next year without realizing just how bad things might be. Alright, so we're actually the next day, so I am going to be leaving this part here. I am still not over losing Gemma, especially in such a random and anticlimactic way. But at least we have Stephanie, who made it to being our first teen for Gen 2. And of course we have Adriana, who made it to being a child. And Rosemary survived the birth of her last child, Allison. Next year is going to be the start of the Great Famine, and as I mentioned in a previous video, I will be doing the death rolls at the beginning of the famine as opposed to the end, just so that I can work the results in a bit more organically into the gameplay. I also have a few extra rolls prepared just to spice things up. We've already started seeing my household of outlaws around town, but we will begin encountering them in slightly less friendly circumstances based on what we roll. Next year, we will also have some important birthdays to do. Rosemary will be doing her second young adult roll, and our twins, Braden and Frederick Jr., will be rolling to see if they make it to the teen life stage. So we actually have quite a few ways that our Sims might kick the bucket next year. Let me know what your predictions are. Who do you think will make it? Better yet, who do you hope will make it? Gemma was actually at the top of my list of Sims that I didn't want to die, so it's really starting off on the wrong foot for me. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and thank you to everyone who has liked, commented, and subscribed. I can't begin to tell you how motivating it is to read the comments. You've all been so nice, so please keep it up. It really brightens my day every single time. So with that, take care, and I will see you in the next one.